the way we choose to be is the way we are, and the way we ourselves be. So everything that you do in this life, all the way as you was growing up, you pick up certain mind states and habits that you feel like is worth having as a spirit, attributes, mentalities, certain energetic vibrations that you can attach yourself to. These are things that we are letting in our space. And your space is just your spirit, because you gotta think about it. The way we think about things and the way we connect to things is what we allow in our space. And that space is how we accumulate things within this vessel, or within, the mind, what we think is right for us and what feels right for us. So it is really just your mind, because your mind bends in and becomes your physical body. You're not the body, you're a spirit, but your spirit is utilizing the mind to control the body. So it's a form of intelligence that the spirit created in order for it to control the body and exist down here as a vessel. So these little attributes and characteristics that we developed as growing up, these become part of us and what we allow as a spirit. So our spirit holds that certain memory of your current or past life, and that's what's pulsating into the universe. That's the memory that's moving throughout the spaces in between the universe. Everything is just about space and location, and as a spirit, that is your space, and you are within another space close to other spaces, and teamwork makes the dream work. A collection of spaces create another space. So it's like cells inside of a body, and those cells inside of you have spirits. That's why it's important for you to understand yourself, and you are a spiritual being, but you also have smaller versions of you inside of you, as within so without, and what you eat is who you are, basically. So this goes with diet and the things that you digest with your mind. So this is you building up and attaching yourself to things subconsciously, the things that you do every day, the traits that you go by, the behavior. This is how you are, and this is how you are building yourself as a spirit. And you gotta think to yourself, there's always a higher way to go about things. There's always more knowledge and wisdom to obtain than who you think you currently are. So the way that most people grew up into this system, especially this corruption going on, and all these distractions going on, all these toxins and poison that people got accustomed to and just got comfortable within their life. These type of distractions people get into, it becomes part of who they are. It becomes part of their character, their image, if they allow themselves to be attached to those things. When it comes to sports, when it comes to just nonsense in general when it comes to overindulgence and not paying attention to something bigger. Like, people pay attention to the most dumbest crap in the world, and then, you know, it's like this is how they build their moral system. You know, they don't, they are spirits that have no realization of self and no control with how they conduct with their mind and their emotions. Most people are led by their emotions because, you know, the emotions feel good. If you attach yourself to things that makes you feel good, ideas that makes you feel good. So people let their emotions control their mind most of the time, but it's supposed to be the other way around. The mind leads the emotions. The masculine energy leads the feminine. So I'm not gonna get into that, but that is your sun and that is your moon. And it plays out the same way down here in the physical reality. The man leads the woman. The masculine leads the feminine, not the other way around. So people need to understand who they are as a, you know, as a spiritual being. You are a spirit attaching yourself to things that make up your character, and based on that character is how you conduct yourself in this reality. And there's a lot of sheeps, bots, and zombies running around loose with no sense of who they are or awareness at all. They just indoctrinated by limitations of the truth, and I call that, you know, religion and science, things of that nature. These are the things that kept us divided and just selfish, because for some reason individuals thought, you know, the authorities knows best and they know the most, and it's impossible to know more than what they know. When in fact is, the authorities are not spiritual. They're just created their templates and their structures and pillars from natives, which they conquered this land and tricked them into division and separation. And, you know, the natives already knew the spiritual knowledge of self and why we're all here. But, you know, that knowledge is kind of lost. And, you know, people like me are here now to, you know, spread truth, wisdom, and healing, because that's what we need to do. We need to spread the truth and wake up individuals so they can know who they are, because all this shit people are doing in humanity is a waste of time. So people are working just to meet their demands and their desires, just to reincarnate here and do it again in a more harsher way, because they're not going with the flow with the universe. They're not trying to understand themselves. See, if you're stuck in a desire, that's what you're stuck in as a spirit, and you're gonna keep on doing that until you get tired of it. You cannot be selfish and stuck in a desire if you contribute nothing to life, nothing to society, no help at all, and then expect to be at peace after death, or whatever you think happens in your imaginations after death. You know, people are just lost here. And, you know, the mind is a dangerous thing if an individual believes what they believe is right, you know. So yeah, it's basically a waste of time. People are just working for no reason, just to reincarnate and do it again, when we don't even have to exist in that space to be even working at all. We could just manifest ourselves in a different way to live. And it's so easy to do. All people have to do is wake up and pay attention to what's right. So the people, people are just subconsciously lost in their own ways, and they got comfortable within their desires. And your desires is your emotions, the way you feel, the way you connect to things. So we all have these things, but it's how you control your emotions, your desires. Not let them control your mind. Because the spirit is not corporeal. It doesn't really care about these things. It just likes to experience and let go. Experience and let go, experience and let go. So as long as we have that awareness, you just need to understand that these are just experiences that we apply to ourselves. It's not necessarily who we are. But, with the mind, you can experience a lot of beautiful things that you don't really have to attach yourself to externally in the physical realm to feel like you need these things, because the mind holds the true power, the heavens, the way you're able to astral project the right things, not the wrong things. If you're able to astral project the way you see reality and how imaginative it is. See, it's all about imaginations. You have to expand your imaginations. Your imaginations is your creativity, and based on that creativity is how you create your art form. When it comes to art forms, I mean not just art, but music, your talent, your personality, your character, the way you conduct yourself, anything that you could create as a spirit and bring it into this physical reality, and which can spark up new ideas and concepts that can help others be more creative. So this is how we truly expand our creativity. So all these 9-to-5s and doing slave jobs is not really expanding the universe, and that's just being lost in a desire, in an emotional comfort. So don't be lost and expand your mind, because it's just deeper than what you think. So you shouldn't be scared to find your own individuality. You should expand your awareness, because there's nothing new under the sun. The truth has already been here. The truth was already within you. You just have to find it and believe in yourself. And that's how you truly evolve into your own peace and your own heaven. And I guess that's all I have for now. Peace.